sure you ain't leaving?
Here comes the cops. Look at this guy. They're like rushing to the cops to tell their story. Telling him to sit down. You're both going to jail, so let's check it out. Oh, it's so crazy because I'm so used to watching this stuff at, outside of a nightclub, usually at the end of the night, and dudes are drunk, as opposed to over here by my bank. Yeah, let this be a lesson, fellas. Control your emotions. What do I keep telling you guys? When you're not in control of your emotions, this is what happens. You get arrested. You do dumb things. Now they're going to spend thousands of dollars in legal fees, attorney costs, court fees, bail, just to get this stuff cleared. And it's going to go on their record. This stuff's going to go on their record, man. This ain't no misdemeanor either. This could easily be a felony. Okay? This could easily be a felony right here. Yeah, dude, I'm filming you. Here's the other guy. See the other guy? He's down there too. But unfortunately, that's what happens. Now they're gonna ask for witnesses, man. And you got an ambulance coming now because these guys are all bruised up. Man, but this old guy should not be fighting at his age, man. At some point, you gotta have some common sense, and not be brawling at that. That's so ridiculous, man. I'm like 30 years younger than that dude. And I wouldn't even catch myself in that anymore. But I've had a lot more experience de-escalating, where I've done that in the past, and that's been me in my 20s. That was me in my 20s. Not anymore, man. Because it is a pain in the ass to go through the legal system. It is a pain in the ass to have it expunged from your record, not know if it's going to go on as a misdemeanor or a felony. Unbelievable. Now he's going to have to get his Tesla towed too. What a mess, man. And this dude was probably just coming in here to get some food. Now, instead of going to Chipotle or Five Guys, he's going to have to go to eat the county food tonight. Waste. I hope you guys learn from this, man. I keep telling you guys over and over and over, do not let your emotions control you, because they will always get you in trouble. How many times do I have to tell you guys that? When you let your emotions control you, you will get into trouble. It will catch up with you. And this is very embarrassing for him. He looks like he's like a manager somewhere or something like that. He's going to have to explain this to his wife too. And at his age, assuming he's married, I'm pretty sure he is. He looks married. This is super beta, right? His wife is probably like 70, just like him. Going to be like, it's super beta. And he's over here telling the cops, well, he came up on me. Well, yeah, but you're also like twice his age. And instead of de-escalating it, he just started punching, right? And I get he was threatened, but he didn't try to calm it down. He was like pumped up his chest like he was like 22 years old all over again. Yeah, he could have thrown his back out, throwing that dude on the ground like that too. So, and it was a terrible fight. Neither of these guys, neither of these dudes know how to fight. It looked like reminded me of that old like videotape that they used to sell in the early 2000s called bum fights. They started filming like reality TV back then. It was a dawn of that. It was something called bum fights, like bums getting into fights. Kind of looked like that. Yeah, so it wasn't very exciting. There was no MMA or any martial arts going on. It's just two dudes like trying to punch each other very sloppily. But that's it, guys. They're going to jail. They're going to court. They're going to have to get bailed out tonight. If they pay the bail, it's going to take several months to resolve this. And both of them are going to come out with a record on their they're going to have a record for this. And, I hate to say it, rightfully so. Because even though I've gotten into this kind of trouble in the past when I was younger, and I hated it, I don't want to live in that kind of society where guys like that, who don't know how to control their temper, no matter who is right, who is wrong. What's funny is I'm used to seeing this stuff happen at clubs, right? You're not prepared for it when you're in a strip mall parking lot, which is in a pretty nice area too. Yep, they told both of them to sit down. That's protocol. They do that at the clubs too when there's like fights at the club. And I'm surprised they didn't draw their guns yet. Asking them if they have any weapons. They're both going to jail. Look at us. Neither of you are going home. Now, oh man, here comes the other cops coming. So now these dudes get to go to court. They get summons. They get put through the system. They're going to spend thousands of dollars in attorney fees. They're going to have to spend, I'm going to say maybe about a couple thousand in bail if they try to bail out tonight. But yeah, both of you are going to jail. All right, whip out the cuffs, dude. There he goes. Just tell him, put your hands behind your back. Yep, there he goes. This old guy who's like 70 years old, brawling like a teenager, now is being arrested, just like I told you guys. Now they're going to arrest the other dude too. Don't think you're getting out of here. Just goes to show, fellas, control your emotions, man. You know? Again, this is something I expect to see outside of venue. Seen it a million times. I'm not fazed by it. I just don't like it when it's happening right next to my car. Because I've made that mistake. Oh, he's getting arrested too. Here he goes. Yep, there you go, dude. Slap the cuffs on him. Both of you guys now are going to have a record. No matter who was at fault. You cannot... Look at this guy. Now he's like crying over there. Hey, don't start crying now, man. You were Mr. Tough Guy just a second ago. Like brawling with this dude. Don't start crying. Take it like a man. And I don't know if you can see it. Those lights are pretty bright. Poor Gizmo. It's a lot of action, huh, Giz? These jackasses fighting over here. Again, this is a nice area. I mean, I'm just like sitting here. I'm enjoying my Five Guys. And these two guys start wailing on each other because apparently the old dude in the Tesla didn't stop when the guy was crossing the street, walking across the street. And then the other dude took way too much offense to it. And it's like, you know, I get that. You know, it's kind of rude, but he like rolled up on him like he wanted to fight, and then the old guy didn't like how he rolled up on him and just started punching. You know, instead of going, okay, wait, what? Slow down. What did you think I did? Slow down, lower the temperature. You know, instead, it escalated. Now, dude's going to jail. Better call his wife. They need to learn their lesson too. Because that's how I learned. I got tired of going through this nonsense. I got tired of like going through the system, paying thousands of dollars in fees. I still look back and I'm like, I probably wasted a good 10 to 15 grand in this like court costs, constantly like going through this nonsense because couldn't control my emotions. Whereas these days, I can, you know, and I'm often quick to de-escalate. And that situation could have easily been de-escalated had not the old man not reacted the way he did. And at his age, there's no excuse. I understand. I mean, if the guy's like in his 20s, you know, I understand you still have a little bit of that bravado and think you're bulletproof. But at some point, this guy looks like he's late 60s, early 70s. You got to learn your lesson, man. You can't let yourself get involved in this nonsense. It just looks stupid. Like, this guy's in handcuffs, both of them. Anyway, hope you guys learned from this. Happened right in front of me in this nice little strip mall here. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts if you've gotten in this kind of trouble and you've learned your lesson and how foolish this is when, you know, I mean, especially right now, it's winter, it's cold. These guys are going to go home. You know, they could have gone home to a warm bed, you know, watching some YouTube. Now they're going to county and they're going to be putting on the orange jumpsuit. And they're going to be processed. They're going to be fingerprinted. And assuming neither of them, I don't know, maybe one of them has a record, the younger guy, but assuming neither of them don't, now they will. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, another cop car coming. Another cop car. And it doesn't matter who was at fault, who's not at fault. Both of them are in cuffs. Both of them are going to jail because both of them participated in the fight. Just stupid. Very, very stupid. Here's the other cop car. Pull him away. He's going to put him in the back. They're going to get to ride together. They're gonna sit in the same holding station once they get to jail. So silly. This is just so stupid and so unnecessary. You got a lot of onlookers here checking it out. You're like, what happened? You got this guy's wife pulling in. Very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. All right, fellas, let me know if you learned something tonight. Sometimes it's good to capture these live. I mean, like I said, I see this all the time at the clubs, but it's just not interesting to me because dudes, especially younger dudes at these clubs, I'll constantly get in these fights. Sometimes like right in front of me, right in back of me. I'll be gaming a girl, and these guys are punching each other, and I'll just just very non-reactively move the girl aside, and then they'll come closer to us. I'll move her there, move her back. You just keep gaming, and she's like, "Do you see what's going on?" I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Focus on us. But you expect it there. You don't expect it here. I mean, this is a nice area, so it's too bad. But everyone's going to jail, man. Good luck. Till next time, fellas. I'm out.